The following is a hockey podcast out of Vancouver and Surrey, British Columbia. It'll only consist of a lot of puck talk and even more BS, or in actual words, banter and satire. Enjoy, and as always, go Canucks go.
Foote doesn't love Pettersson as much as we all love MotherNucker.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Locked On Canucks. My name is Trevor Beggs, sports reporter for Daily High Vancouver. The Canucks are now 2-14 when Beggsy's in Rogers Arena. Bad luck, Beggsy. Gotta let you know today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Use your profit boost on an NBA future and get entered for your chance to win a trip to the NBA Finals. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. And man, oh man, I might start becoming more of an NBA fan after this dreadful Canucks season. But we're getting through it. We're getting through it together, and I'm getting through it here with MotherNucker, all the way up from Texas. Every day you're here on Locked On Canucks. You know him very well, and man, oh man, I guess the first question as we get into the game tonight, a 6-1 loss. The Boo Birds came out after this one. We want the cup chant after the first goal of the game. How's your trip to Vancouver been so far?
It's been filled with a lot of L's, to include my trip in Seattle when I saw the Kraken and the Canucks on Saturday. That was another big 5-1.
Yeah, a combined 11-2 the Canucks have been down since you've been here.
Yeah, I feel like you and I have got about the same level of luck for this guy. No, it's been great, man. It's been amazing. The city's beautiful, and the people here are really kind, and it's been good, man. It's been awesome. It's been good life experience.
Yeah, you know what? And it's my day got better when I got to meet you in the flesh, and shout out to all the everydayers here on Locked On Canucks. And nothing really surprising about the result tonight, but I want to start with this because this is one of the most surprising things for me. So after the Seattle game, we all know MotherNucker was there in person. Pettersson got benched. They put him on the bench. Ride the bench, buddy. And he was, tasked with responding tonight, a little short with the media in the morning, and he comes out and another 0 shots on goal, another pretty dreary performance. I guess he was on the ice for the Kane goal. But after the game, Foote was asked about, did he like the response from Pettersson? And he basically said, yeah, he came out good. He came out better than the last game. And then started to, talk about how, wasn't, the bounces were coming our way and blah, blah, blah. And it's one of those moments where I think for a lot of the season, MotherNucker, Foote's maybe been living in his own reality. And you listen to that presser tonight and you'd ask a question and he would just kind of go off on his own little tangent. But, was this the most out to lunch Foote has been all season, backing Pettersson tonight after another no-show from 11.6?
Yeah, absolutely. When I was watching the game, I kept noticing, I'll call him Petey.
What did you want to call him?
I'll call him Peter Point 6. That's my new nickname in the Discord forum. It's not 11.6, it's Peter Point 6. So it's a little bit worse than both. I don't know. Anyways, I'm an idiot. So I was watching him 3 different times. I saw him get knocked off the puck or just get knocked on his ass. And I was actually sitting next to some Stars fan that lived 30 minutes from me in Dallas, which is crazy that they sat next to me, but sweet couple. And told them about Locked On Canucks, so hopefully they like and subscribe.
There we go.
Yeah, but he made a comment about that too, and he said, yeah, Pettersson is like Bambi out there. And I said, dude, this has literally been for the last 2 seasons. I mean, except for the one season that he had. Well, he's had 2 good seasons, so I'll give him that. But yeah, this is just what it's been, and it's just it's agonizing, dude. I don't really know how else to say it. Like, I was wearing my Miller jersey for obvious reasons. Shout out Greener, I love you, buddy, whatever. Bruddy. But yeah, I was wearing my Miller jersey, but I didn't want to see Petey suck. I didn't want to see him fail. I want to see him succeed because I do want his trade value to go. It's not for him personally as a human being. I mean,
I think we're past that point, right?
I do want him to be okay in life and be healthy and all that. But I want him
hippie, man.
I've been in Vancouver for too long, 2 days too many. But I do want him to elevate his trade asset value. And right now that's not happening. So
yeah, and we've talked about it on Locked On Canucks too, right? The trade rumors, we've kind of talked about the fit with Los Angeles, some reported interest there. The Detroit Red Wings have been after him, according to some reporters. Carolina's apparently kind of been in and out of the mix, but as much as I would love to see Petey traded, like, who is trading for this guy right now, right? Like, I'm trying to see a world where anybody trades for Pettersson right now, unless the Canucks retain. And, maybe I'll ask you that because I listen to a lot of media guys in this market, and they say, absolutely not. There's no way you can retain on Elias Pettersson. And I get, like, you're trying to, like, hope his trade value gets better and somehow he improves. Maybe he dips into the 420 friendly culture here and just, gets in that hippie mindset like MotherNucker. But I don't got much confidence in that. And the way I look at it is retaining on this guy isn't the worst thing in the world, because having a guy like that in your locker room, and Kyle Bowen says this all the time, having a guy like that in your locker room be the forefront, as grumpy as he is, right? And you talk about a quiet bench other. You saw that tonight. I see it every night. It's a very quiet bench. Like, this guy is the highest paid player in your hockey team. Like it or not, he's a leader. And it just seems like the vibes are so bad around Elias Pettersson in this team right now. And the way I look at it, if a retention was the way to get out of Elias Pettersson's contract, I think it's a good idea. I really do. Because I think you need to move on from Pettersson, give him a fresh start. You're not going to get a ton of assets back, unfortunately, but the longer you wait, you might be in the same situation. Maybe no one wants Pettersson. Maybe he is the next Jonathan Huberdeau. So I think if a trade could get done based on you retaining, I think you got to do it.
Man, you're really just harshing my mouth right now. I'm sorry, dude, but this is bumming me out. But this is our reality, right? And I was thinking about it earlier. What happens if we do trade Gar? What happens if we do trade Blues, who was a glue guy, and he's a very solid, bottom six guy, and he's been a team guy, and he said he actually would like to stay. What if we trade? We're not trading Besser. Nobody's going to take that contract. No. So let's get that out of the way. Kane,
plus the best looking guy on the Canucks too. Right?
Yeah, I think. Well, Liam Ogren's actually not too bad.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He's caught my eye a couple of times.
Yeah, if I walked by him after the Rancor on night, he's got some swag too, man. He's got some drip, nice style.
I heard he's pretty ripped too.
Yeah. No, he's broad in the shoulders.
Seen him shirtless or
no, tight span, and not a lot of shirtless guys. Although I will say, like, in the post game media, I mean, you guys see the clips online, but everyone comes out in a shirt or some clothing. Kane comes out in boxers or a towel every time. He's the only guy, and I've been doing this part-time since 2021. He's the only guy I've seen come out just showing off the package, man. Do you think more players should show off the package to the media?
Oh, I absolutely do.
Yeah.
One of the things I miss about the old school Canucks, like specifically from the Sedin era, is when they used to do post-game interviews on the freaking bike. Like, they literally just got done playing like 20 minutes, and then they're on the bike afterwards. They're like, "Oh yeah, my brother on this." Like, these guys are machines. But yeah, we don't really see that anymore. Do they even like do anything after the game anymore? Do they get cool?
No, everyone
let's go straight to the Roxy.
I think they go straight to the
Roxy. I don't think they do,
because
these guys don't have the charisma. They would get eaten alive at the Roxy.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, we hear some stories in the Discord of guys going out in the town, but you've kind of heard it float around hockey for a while. Like the guys aren't going out anymore. They're staying home and they're munching on the weed gummies and they're playing their video games. Like, well, actually, what do you think's better there? Do you think that's good for hockey players? Like, not as much sauce and not going out, but like then maybe you become a little bit more socially isolated. Like what are your thoughts on that?
No, I think that's a great question. Because whenever I was playing tournament hockey, we had to decide when we would go out of town to really cool ass places. Do we want to go and like experience the culture and all that, and probably get pretty hammered and then get hammered on the ice, or do we want to take this seriously? And to be honest, like eventually, losing gets old, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have a winner's mentality, losing gets old. And that's what's bugging the shit out of me. Excuse my language.
Sorry.
But Sakaris was cussing up a storm earlier.
Yeah, we're all good.
What's up, Maddie? But anyways, but my point is like it. Yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought, but I'm just.
Guys going out versus
it's
gummies and games.
Yeah, because you don't want to lose, and I feel like the other way around, there's no camaraderie there. You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna? We're teammates and we're gonna be on Xbox Live playing.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? It's
Yeah.
different when you're out with the guys, and I'm not trying to be masculine or anything like that, but there is a different in the bonding, and you actually do feel it on the ice. And sometimes it's those moments that actually bring people that normally wouldn't be together, because they're like, normally we wouldn't do this, but for the sake of this, and then it literally benefits the team. Like what happened with Juice and who was it? Broke his jaw.
Yeah. Oh, and Fedorov.
Yeah. But they ended up, they were teammates and they were fine after that. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Like,
well, you hear the stories too about Sedin's back in the day, right? And I know Beggs has talked about this before where, win or loss, the Sedins would be like, okay, get on the bus. We're going here. This is what we're doing. And you had those leaders there to organize it. And on this team, I don't see Pettersson doing that. I don't see Philip Hronek doing that. I don't see anyone really doing that outside of maybe Tyler Myers. Like, he's probably the most loved guy in that locker room. And here he is waiting to be traded to maybe the Dallas Stars, man. Although I don't think that's happening, because I think it would have happened by now if the Dallas Stars offer the Canucks anything good. But again, I've talked about all the season, right? And so have we on Locked On Canucks. And we try to be positive, man. We really do. But it's a team of individuals out there, right? Like, no one's talking on the bench. No one's buddy, except for this. And maybe I'll end the segment on this note. I do see the young guys, and I talked about it this week in Locked On Canucks, or last week, I guess, every day is no. I do see the young guys chatting more in the locker room. And like I said, you go in after a loss or you go in during a practice and it's a ghost town in there. Like, when I first started doing this, I thought you'd go in and like everyone would be at their stall and you'd go chat to whoever. Nah, no one's in there. But often after games or practices, I see like Willander and DP like yucking it up and giving each other a hard time. I've seen, Sasson and Carlson out there a lot, chatting with each other too. So, I mean, some of those young guys are going to emerge as leaders on this team. And it's good to see at least some pieces of our future, more so with Lander and DPD, at least looking like they're having a good time, man, because this isn't a lot of fun. But you need that camaraderie, man, and that MotherNucker. That I'm glad that's why you're here. On the other side, okay, I want to get to my favorite tank commanders of the game, but more importantly, Conor Garland. Everyone seems to love Conor Garland right now. What's going on with him? We'll talk about that on the other side here on Locked On Canucks. All right, MotherNucker's doing the ad read today. No, I'm just kidding. Today's episode is brought to you. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel, baby. And man, oh man, I talked off the top about becoming an NBA fan, but how about college basketball? College basketball is nonstop. The big games, the tight spreads, and momentum swings every single night. From early tip-offs to late-night West Coast shootouts, there's always action on the board. And now FanDuel is giving you a way to turn that energy, that tight spread energy, into an even bigger potential win with the college basketball parlay profit boost. You can build any college hoops parlay you want, rivalry games, ranked matchups, whatever fits my read. Go save, go bold, ride with the team you've been following all season. It's your parlay, your style. Now with more upside behind it. Yeah, college basketball guy, you got a team you cheer for? March Madness coming up.
Go green, go white, Michigan State Spartans, baby. I love you, Tiffany.
Oh, there you go, man. No, shout out to his wife, my wife. Oh, man, I went to a wedding in the summer, and my wife was a bridesmaid, and so I wasn't in the wedding party, so I was sitting at the very back, and they introduced the bridesmaids coming in, and from the back, I'm like, "That's my wife," and everyone's like, "Yeah!" Oh, it was what a great moment. You can have some great moments too. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com. FanDuel, play your game. Oh man. Now I'm feeling really good. We got to shout out our friends over at Doer. Here in Vancouver, baby. And Doer, it's no hyperbole, man. They changed my life. And I'm actually not rocking the Doer today. I let them down. But I rock the Doer almost all the time, okay? And as a 32-year-old man, I've worn a lot of jeans in my life. And MotherNucker, you're not wearing jeans right now. So maybe before you hop on the plane, go visit our friends at Doer.
Well, I'm driving. Not all the way back, but I'm driving to Seattle.
Oh, driving to Seattle. Well, you got time to stop at Doer, man. They're at 1757 West 4th Avenue.
I'll check them out.
Yeah, friendly guys in there. Smells great. And the jeans are great. The shirts are great. I'm telling you, when I'm not suited up for the game, sometimes I even do rock the Doers to the game. I'm rocking the Doer all the time, though, man. Great shirts, great jeans, the comfiest jeans in the world, the Cool Max energy. Keep you regulated below the belt, man. Come on, that's what
you're sack dry.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, dude, it's a magical thing. You're gonna love Doer as much as I do. Trust me. Again, check them out at 1757 West 4th Avenue. Mention our promo code LOCKEDONCANUCks in store for 15% off your first order, or go to doer.ca/LockedOnCanucks again for 15% off. That's DUER.ca/LockedOnCanucks. All right, we're back here on Locked On Canucks. Your Canucks every day and every night. And the people on YouTube just saw a nice clip of Bubble Boy Zeev Buyum there. Zeev Buyum. Talk about Zeev. A bit of a rough night for all the defensemen. I know Zeev was caught on one of the goals there. Just your thoughts on Zeev overall, maybe, since he's come to the Canucks. And like, what are you expecting from him moving forward? Like, do you see someone who can reach a Quinn Hughes ceiling, or are you kind of tempering your expectations a bit more on him?
Yeah, I think since he first came over in the trade, he was really hot at first. I think everybody remembers that, and which was great. But I think that could have also been a little bit of a detriment, because I think it set expectations a little too high right off the jump. And I heard, so many comparisons right off the jump to legendary defensemen. I'm like, this kid's 19, man. Like, Matthew Schaefer is probably the only exception that you're going to be able to see that's even going to be able to come close to Quinn. But yeah, I like Zeev a lot. He wasn't very noticeable tonight to me. I really felt like he was just playing to just survive, if that makes any sense. And really nobody was noticeable tonight.
No one was noticeable.
But DPD was at least a little physical at times, and so I give him that. And so, but the thing about Zeev is, like, if he doesn't really play a physical game, so if he's not really playing his offensive style of game, and he's really good in transition and whatnot, but if he's not playing that well, it's going to really, he's basically one-dimensional at that point.
Yeah.
And so, whereas Quinn is an offensive defenseman, but I truly believe he's become a better defensive defenseman. But I believe that if coach went to him and said, whoever it is, and went and said, Quinn, we need you to really try to play some lockdown D tonight, I think he'd be able to do it.
Yeah.
Just because he has the natural skill and he just knows the game so well. But I think Zeev is, to me, he's trending to be a really solid number 2 defenseman is what I see.
Yeah, and he's so young too, right? Like, he's a rookie. And I know Kyle Bowen wants to compare Zeev Buyum to Zach Werenski, and can he be that guy? Zach, I don't know. I'm not quite seeing that, but he's such a young guy in the NHL. But again, a guy like Zach Werenski was 11 goals, 47 points as a rookie in this league. But it is very hard to judge him in this environment too. With, again, we called him out at the beginning of the show, a head coach like Adam Foote, who's backing guys like Petey when he no-shows on the ice. I mean, this is your head coach. Yeah. It's a bad situation for these players, and Foote's not coming back next season, right?
There's no way. Honestly, I think that Manny, if you want my honest opinion, and I'm going to try to be Miss Cleo, call me for your free reading. I don't know. It's a very bad Jamaican. It's more like Count Chocula or Jacula.
Count Jacula. Damn. Wow.
All right.
Dracula got
horny. To a hotel room when I get done with this. I'm going to sleep like a baby. So anyways, when I was
Count Jacula, man, that's something else.
Okay, get yourself back. Okay. So I'm not Miss Cleo, but I believe that unless there's something drastic that's done with JR and PA, I could really see Ryan Johnson and Manny coming up next season. So Foote would go, and probably Patrick would go. But I think if Patrick goes, I think JR might go as well.
Yeah. And
I feel like if they don't have a productive draft, I really could see JR just being like, screw this. It's not worth it anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to know if it's a productive draft, though, right? It's all they can do is collect the picks. And like I've talked about it before on Locked On Canucks. I mean, this regime has seemed to have done well with their drafting. I mean, the problem is they haven't picked that high, right? But they seem to have done well with their picks. I mean, but you got to collect those picks, right? Like, like talked about it before, but a guy like DPD, you got that 3rd pick in the trade from Travis Hamonic, right? So go get those damn draft picks, man.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Yeah, like I said, not a lot of good. It's funny. One of the Canucks media guys asked me as we were waiting for the players to come out, like, who do you think played well tonight? And I was like, like Höglander had a couple good moments. Like he hits the post and he has his little jukes and jives, but we're really grasping at straws in this era. And maybe I'll say this quick too, because I was crunching the numbers in this after the game. But so the Canucks right now are on pace for 58 points. That is the last time they had 58 points was the 1998-99 season. The year we drafted the Sedins, if you want to, some good news there. But I actually think the Canucks are going to end up with worse than that. Like, I think this might be the second or third worst season in Canucks history. Like, they've gone 3-16-4 now over the past, whatever that is, 23 games. If they keep that up, they're going to get 52 points this season. They haven't been that bad since the early 70s. That was before my time. It was before your time too, man. Sort of, right?
I thank you for giving me the benefit of the doubt on that one.
Oh man! All right, let's. I'm gonna pile on these guys for 2 more minutes, and then we'll cut to Conor Garland talk. But this is not report cards, but tank commander of the game. Shout out to Kyle Ballin, man, with the funky bops, the funky drops there. Tank commander of the game. I'm going Marcus Pettersson tonight. He was on the ice for 3 goals against, has the brutal gaff, and I was going back and forth with one of the media guys who was trying to blame Hronek on that one, saying he pinched too high. But Marcus Pettersson made a risky pass. He got burned for it. He goes crashing into the boards. Tom. It's a bad moment when Tom Willander's on the bench trying to comfort Marcus Pettersson. Like, there, Marcus. There, young Marcus. It's okay. Among a lot of disappointing Canucks this season, Marcus Pettersson's right up there. And tonight he's just looking tentative in his own end. He's getting beat by guys. We haven't even mentioned tonight. The Dallas Stars missed Mikko Rantanen, Roope Hintz. I think they're missing somebody else, but they basically have 2 fourth line. I looked at their lineup and I was like, these guys have 2 fourth lines. So they had a guy with no vowels in his last name playing.
Yeah, Huru. Yeah. So yeah, he's Rutu's. He's like his long lost cousin. Yeah. Rutu and Huru. Or not Rutu. What's his name? Ratu.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm thinking of Yarko. My bad. They had like 2 guys. Dallas did. I didn't even know who the hell they were.
Yeah,
and I live there. Like I literally saw the Blues and the Stars the last game before the Olympic break. I didn't know who the hell that guy was. Yeah, I thought they just pulled a beer leaguer out of 8 rinks and put a jersey on him. We're like, hey, you're better than these bums we're playing tonight.
I've had a few of that moments this season watching Canucks games. The Avs had Zakar Bakarov, and I was like, who the F is this guy? The Bruins had a guy playing, and I'd never heard of him before, some 27-year-old dude. I was like, what is going on? Yeah, that's I'm getting old, man. I'm falling behind with the times. But do you want to give a tank commander to the game, or should we just cut to Conor Garland talk?
No, I agree with Marcus Pettersson.
Yeah.
I never agreed with that trade from the jump. So it's just he looked just as bad as some of the others. He no effort, lazy stick, lazy feet. He just did it. He wasn't even getting in shooting lanes or anything. He just looked disinterested, just like the fans tonight. And MotherNucker, you left early. I think it was mainly your buddy who wanted to go home. Maybe it was you, because the arena by the end of the game was less than half full. The Boobers coming down, man. And look, I'd say the crowd at Rogers Arena this season. Again, I've been to a lot of these games, and the crowd's been usually pretty good. Like, they've been kind of chanting and cheering the team on and supporting a rebuild, if you will. But tonight was not one of those nights. There was it was a bit of a rough go towards the end of it there. Yeah, I'd say my highlight of the night was actually the limbo guy.
Oh, the Jamaican limbo guy,
bro.
Man.
When they were like, you can go see, he was like Limbo for Life, a nonprofit, Limbo for Life. I'm like, are we really doing this? Like, what? And then I thought to myself, they're like, oh, he'll be over in section 400. I was like, there's gonna be a lot of women over there, because you can only imagine what's going on with Limbo Larry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Hey, Canucks tickets prices dropping, and hey, maybe you'll see Limbo for Life. I mean, this guy limboed. He's on the side of his feet, took his shirt off while he's limboing. Like, dude,
I don't take the pants off. People around me acting like I'm crazy. Like, come on.
Oh, round of applause for limbo Jamaican guy. You can clap too, man. It's all good. You can definitely clap. All right, let's shout out one more sponsor, and we'll be back with the latest on Conor Garland and what MotherNucker's having with his Count Jacula end of his night. All right, that coming up back. Come on the other side here on Locked On. All right, let's shout out our friends over at Gametime, baby. You want to see these Canucks? You want to see some limbo? You want to see men take their shirts off?
Yes.
Oh, wow. A lot of enthusiasm there. Well, you can do it all by finding tickets on Game Time. You can also go see an NBA game. You got an NBA team? You care about the NBA?
Yeah, you and I both have it. Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah, the Portland
I'm a
Trailblazers.
Fly the Guy guy, man.
There you go.
That's why I wear 22.
Hey, there you
Yeah.
go, man. And anything with the word blaze in it, man. There you go. Nothing like being in an NBA arena, the crowd, the energy, the moment. But getting tickets, that can be the hard part. Until there's been Game Time, baby. Game Time has become the go-to app for scoring tickets fast without the hassle. It puts the advantage back where it belongs with Count Jacula. I mean, with the fans. Just pull up the Game Time app. You got the all-in price up front. No surprise fees. No one likes a surprise like that. Being able to see the view from the seat. I scroll Game Time on the toilet, man. I really do.
Wow.
Just picture myself in an NBA arena, NFL stadium.
Yep.
I did look at Seahawks tickets when they were in the NFC Championship, and unfortunately, I make that podcast money, man. So there's a lot of my
Yeah, you and me both, bro.
Yeah,
I
there you go.
too,
Yeah.
and I had to throw a party in Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, it costs a hell of a lot.
That's all right. But the cheapest tickets for that, we're on Game Time.
Yes.
Same with any other tickets you find. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDON for $20 off your first purchase. That's code LOCKEDON for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. And remember, it's GameTime.co, not .com. Wham bam. Thank you. Game Time. All right, we're back here on Locked On Canucks. It's Trevor Beggs. It's MotherNucker. Do you want to tell the people your real name?
Yeah, my real name is Russ. If they want my last name, I'll give it to them. I don't care. Russ Lusk. I know it sounds like a porn star, but yeah, it's Russ Lusk.
Are you a porn star? You got the porn star stash.
I do. So I'm no shit, dude. I'm literally. I actually asked you. I was like, I wanted to try. Remember, you had the wire going on. Yeah. That's what I'm actually trying to do right here. You grow a majestic beard, bro.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yes.
It took time, man. It took time. A little testosterone. I'm a pretty feminine man, so sometimes you got to stick a needle in your rear end and grow a beard, man.
You are nice to hug.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
appreciate it, man.
Feminine.
Yeah, I thought about giving the Canucks players a hug sometimes, but I'll take it the press pass revoked, man. I thought I might get my pass revoked for a tough question on Adam Foote, man. I felt like I got shafted the next day of practice, but
hey, you were a legend after that, though, dude.
Yeah,
you got mad respect for that.
Yeah, thanks. It's probably the best moment of this Canucks season, man. Right there. Aside from the limbo tonight, man, you showing up here tonight. Yeah. All right. Before we wrap up, Conor Garland. I said this last week, Locked On Canucks. I do think this is the most likely guy that will be traded, just because he's got the no trade clause. He's actually got some legitimate value. The Boston Bruins seem interested. A New York scout, not just any scout, the AGM scout of the game tonight for Conor Garland. What's your over-under on Conor Garland being traded by the deadline? Actually, maybe I'll ask it this. We talked about having leaders in that dressing room, right? You talked about having Blueger as the glue guy. Garland can be a bit of a glue guy. I'd say he's a bit maybe grumpier with the media, a little less forthcoming than Blueger is. Yeah. But do you think there's value in keeping Garland around for a rebuild, or are you just like, let's trade this guy as one of our only assets we got?
So he's going to be one of our most valuable assets. And, we already heard that there's teams that are, we know that Boston is interested, and there's supposedly another one or two teams that are in the mix as well. But I love Conor Garland. And with that contract that he has, if he can still, provide essentially that with the leadership that he has, I think he would be good to keep around for the young players. But at the same time, even he just looks checked out, dude.
Yeah.
Like, even he looks checked out. Like, it's just tonight. Like, I'm sorry I keep going back to this, but tonight was like a super bummer, man, because it's like all of these guys that I sit and watch, like in my underwear. Sometimes I'm not wearing any clothes when I watch the Canucks. And I don't know why I'm talking about this right now, but anyways, my wife's going to be like, bro, shut the hell up.
Little Count Jacula in the second period.
Yeah, second period intermission. That's right. I had to get out the Zamboni.
Sometimes during the game. Do you ever have intercourse while watching Canucks hockey?
Okay. That's a great question. I believe that my wife and I have. Tiffany, if you are watching this, which I'm going to make you watch it when I get home. This is obvious. please answer this question. And then I'll type it in, and they can do the sounds, whatever of the yesterday.
Yeah. Comment of the yesterday.
Yeah, comment of the yesterday. Yeah. So I believe I have.
Okay, we'll leave it with Mrs. MotherNucker. I mean,
not at a live Canucks game. But.
No, I know. Whoa! That would be next level, man. We'll save that for the Discord. We'll save that for the Discord, man. Unbelievable. All right, it's man. It's nice to see you here in person, man.
Bro, honestly, man, you and Kyle are
you're a beauty,
awesome, man.
Hey, we're nothing without people listening to Locked On Canucks, and I always say this. I don't care if they're the worst team in the NHL. I'm going to be doing Locked On Canucks till no one wants to listen to me anymore. So hopefully you want to listen to Kyle and I, and sometimes a little bit of MotherNucker. And we got to do it because we love the people. Let's get to a couple comments before we wrap up here on Locked On Canucks. A little bit of a depressing start to the show. It is a pretty depressing hockey team right now.
Put my glasses on, blind.
No, it's all I can read it to you, man. Canucks Bo in the comments saying the Vancouver media is negative people. I think he was talking about me because I was kind of ripping on how bad this team is. Is negative media in Vancouver? Are we the problem? Are we the problem here?
You are not the problem.
Yeah,
but there is other media that is the problem.
Okay.
And I follow all of the media.
Yeah.
From Drancer to you to, you name it. And so, like I said, I love Botch. Rest in peace,
Botch. Rest in peace.
I used to read his articles all the time. I actually have a Canucks Army shirt that I got after he passed. And so there are in a lot of the things that were said about Botch is he was negative, but you know what? He was honest. Mm-hmm. And what else I loved about Botch is he was passionate.
Yeah.
And I've seen quads bring that. Mm-hmm. And harm, and it's so impressive to see, and the legacy that Botch is kind of leaving, and even guys such as yourself, are a byproduct of Botch. And so, in that regard, there are people in the media that can be perceived as negative, but I mean, when you have ownership like we do, you're probably going to be negative, because if you lived in Dallas and you heard people talk about Jerry Jones the same way that you guys talk about Aqua. And that's not even a far-fetched thing. That's the truth. Except for Jerry Jones. He's a lot more.
He's
a lot richer. He likes to drink his Johnny Walker Blue.
And he actually likes talking to the media. He loves talking to the media.
Jerry loves him some Jerry. Yeah. But yeah, the Vancouver media can be super negative. But also, Sat and Bick, love Sat and Bick. I actually listen to him every night.
Good guys.
I love them. So yeah, but there are others that can be. But look, man, the truth is the truth. And unless somebody's paying you to lie, you should be honest with the fans.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I'll say quick, like Botch had a big impact on me, and I've told the story before. But I met Botch a couple times. I remember meeting him at Milford when I was covering it as a freelancer, and then. I went to one of the athletic nights, and this stood out to me. Like, I'd met Botch once, and Botch is talking to a few people, and he like leaves them and like comes up to me before I even say anything. That really stood out to me. It's, some guys, just in life, right? Some guys aren't very forthcoming, or it's like you meet them and they kind of brush you off. But Botch, like, for him to go out of his way and just like want to chat it up with me after meeting me once, like, really stood out with me, man. So, passion's important, man. Try to bring the passion here on Locked On. The passion here on Locked On Canucks.
We got a lot of stuff.
It's the black ball in the face for you. For those on the podcast side, only got a big black ball of a microphone. Whoa, Ed, dude, don't touch my black ball. Speaking of balls, John in the comments saying Kane air dries after the game, and
I thought it said Kane or dry, Sheldon dries. I was like, what are we doing, people? I'm so blind. Kane air dry.
It's I was thinking about this tonight. I mean, if Kane doesn't get traded, he's got to get traded. But if he doesn't get traded at the deadline, would that be the most awkward 1,000th game celebration of all time? Because he's at 9. I think tonight was 989 or 990.
Yeah.
Like, how awkward would that be as like a 1,000th game presentation in Vancouver for one of the worst years ever? Like, would he get booed?
No. Well,
that's negative Vancouver media.
Yeah, that is negative Vancouver media. I don't think. Well, some people would boo him for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's inevitable, but I think he'd get majority of cheers, I guess.
Yeah, or no one will be there. That's the way it goes. All right. Let's get out of here on Locked On Canucks. MotherNucker / Russ Luck, the porn star. Great to have you here, man. Go check him out on porn. Okay, well, wrapping up here on Locked On Canucks. I'm Trevor Beggs. That guy's MotherNucker. If you like what we're doing here on Locked On Canucks, go hit the goddamn like button. Subscribe to the show. Helps us out a lot on the podcast side. Go follow us. Leave a 5-star review. You want to answer this one?
Sure.
Was it this one here or the other one?
No,
the carrying one?
Yeah.
All right. Question from Andrew Ong saying, MotherNucker, do you carry licenses down in Texas? I heard it's easy to require one. I heard in 2021, the Constitution allows you to carry a handgun without a license.
So they used to have the concealed handgun license permit, but they did away with that. And now they have an open carry permit. So you could literally walk around. As long as you have the open carry permit, you can walk around with an unconcealed weapon. It just can't be like an AR or something like that. But the gun laws are pretty lax in Texas. While I was in the military and while I was actually a marksman guy, my wife and I don't have any guns because we don't really feel the need to, but nothing against people that do, but we're not like your serious Texas. I'm a Californian. She's a Michigander, bro. Like, I mean, we've been in Texas for a long time, and my dad was from Amarillo, Texas. But yeah, it's pretty relaxed down there. But yeah, crime is actually pretty good, for the most part. Yeah, and the homeless.
And then you came here, and now you're getting to check out East Hastings from.
East Hastings is that's a lot different. Last time I was on East Hastings in Canby was like 20 years ago when I stayed at the Canby Hostel, and it was a little jarring back then, but it was nothing like it is now. But it's heartbreaking, man. But this is a beautiful city, and every time I drive into this city, man, I just feel magical. It's kind of the same way that I feel when I go to Seattle and I see the Kingdom and I see your Kingdom. I used to see the Kingdom. Now it's Lumen Field. You know what I mean? The Sky Needle. What, bro? The Space Needle. All that. I'm way past my bedtime, by the way. It's technically 1:37 in Texas right now. My brain is fried. So yeah. So anyways, the Space Needle. But back to this. Thank you. Sincerely, bro. Like, connection to me is the most important thing. And when I hear you and Kyle say one love and everything, that's what this is about. So thank you.
Yeah, one love to everyone listening, and one love to this beautiful city. Like MotherNucker said, one day we'll be doing some zoomies down at Spanish Banks and watch the Stanley Cup parade. It might be a few years from now, but we'll have it all here on Locked On Canucks.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.